Zendaya is an insanely versatile actress. Euphoria, Dune, The Greatest Showman, Spider-Man. But what goes down behind the scenes and how she morphs into these characters is pretty wild. Yeah, it looks fun, but it's clearly hard work because her roles are not just emotionally challenging, but also super physically demanding. What comes to mind is that absolutely brilliant set on Euphoria. You know, the spinning room where the actors had to, well, do their job, act, and at the same time, walk on the floor as it moved under their feet.
Basically, they built this room that rotated completely around.
So when Rue walks down that hallway,
walks out, that bathroom breaks away, which allowed our techno crane to basically dolly into the hallway.
If you think about Rue's character though, and the story, it almost feels like this set is the most natural solution for the scene.
I mean, ain't that the point?
Sure, the design fulfills its technological purpose, but it also kind of reflects the mental state of the characters. The room made Zendaya feel dizzy and disoriented, and that's exactly what her character Rue was experiencing in the show. But let's backtrack and answer the most fundamental question in Zendaya's career.
But how did Zendaya get into acting?
She tried many things as a kid. She played basketball, soccer, did track and dancing. But her real passion started showing itself when her mom started working at a theater to supplement her income as a teacher. Zendaya asked her mom once to bring her to a technical rehearsal. She was maybe 7 or 8, and soon enough, Zendaya started doing conservatories with California Shakespeare Theater herself.
Then her agent in San Francisco said, hey, they're looking for people in LA, and when we asked her if she wanted to, she was like, yeah.
And 6 months later, she booked her first Disney job. So Zendaya did a few little commercials before moving to LA, and she's done some pretty lucrative ads since. Hello designers, some of these are like art pieces. Literally, you can put these ads on your wall and just stare at the captivating visuals and Zendaya looking fierce. This Bulgari Unexpected Wonders campaign was shot in Rome, Italy, and it's filled with beauty and grand architecture. You can feel the magic in the halls of the castle. Looking at Zendaya's grace and elegance, it's amazing to see how she transformed since her Disney days. She's a global ambassador of multi-billion-dollar companies now, and she gets to wear jewelry pieces that cost millions of dollars. Ooh, now that's just beautiful. And the films she does also happen to cost millions of dollars. The budget for Spider-Man No Way Home was $200 million, and Dune, $165 million, and, well, you get the idea. She had a smaller part in the first Dune film, but the second movie has her hard at work in the desert, all just so we get a little more Zendaya screen time, as opposed to the 7 minutes we got in the first film. So for Spider-Man, she gets to play a super cool character and work with 2 of her best friends, Jacob Batalon and, of course, love of her life, Tom Holland. While Z was a star before she joined the MCU, it was definitely a level up and put her on the map in a different way. I mean, she earned it considering all the stunts she had to do, literally flying through the streets of New York just to get a shot. Which, funnily enough, they didn't even end up using in the final cut anyway, but that doesn't matter.
We did it, and it was amazing, and I'm proud of myself for doing it.
You dropped 100 feet.
We did it.
I mean, at least she was used to being on wires and flying high after she made Zac Efron fall in love with her in The Greatest Showman. We're not joking. He literally said that Zendaya was his favorite on-screen kiss ever. Now that's high praise.
Thank you so much. Wow.
Girl spent plenty of time on a trapeze flying and in the recording booth capturing those sweet, sweet vocals. Which is a place she was pretty comfortable working already because let's remember that she's had a full-on singing career. Before I get to that though, gotta give a shout out to Euphoria. Maybe one of the most powerful and visceral shows of our generation, and wildly intense for her to perform as well.
That was a day I didn't need to act at all. Like, the tears were coming, all right?
Now yes, she's a talented performer. But I think we're just beginning to see how wildly talented she is in all aspects of life. She's already got some plans brewing for what she wants to pursue next.
Hopefully directing, you know?
Who here would want to be directed in a film by Zendaya? Okay, the better question is probably, who wouldn't want to be?
I mean, one day I hope I can learn to direct, and that's a dream of mine.
She spent a ton of time behind the camera when she wasn't performing, shadowing the No Way Home director, John Watts, just so she could get more of a feel for how the whole machine works. When she wasn't acting, she was just chillin', watching the monitors and seeing how all the pieces came together. And well, with a mentor like John and experiences working with some of the most talented artists in the world,
I think my process is just like, find the camera that you really want, I get it, and then you just start shooting.
I'm curious what kind of movie she'll choose as her first. Will it be an action, an intense psychological thriller? She said she was meant to direct an episode of Euphoria in season 2, but she was too busy acting her heart out, so fingers crossed she actually does get to direct an episode in the 3rd season. She's definitely proved herself, just ask those 2 Emmys.
My greatest wish for Euphoria was that it could help heal people.
Mission accomplished here, I think. While waiting to sit in that director's chair, Zendaya also regularly sits in the driver's seat of the producer's chair. No, for real, if you check out her IMDb credits real quick, you'll see that she actually produced a bunch of stuff. Everything from music videos to full-on features and, of course, as an exec producer for Euphoria. Everyone seems to be so obsessed with the show, so we think that's a pretty strong hint at how well she's gonna do with the rest of her project. And let's not forget all those Emmys. Remember that moment when she went viral back in 2020? That Emmy made her the youngest person ever to win one. The world is obsessed, and it makes sense why.
Both like, yo, we should just take in this moment.
And now, what to look forward to. Because there's so much Zendaya content on its way, and we are here for it. She's diving into this film about professional tennis called The Challengers. It's directed by Luca Guadagnino, because of course she is. Zendaya as a tennis pro turned coach? Sounds great. Then, for something totally different, she's doing the Ronnie Spector biopic called Be My Baby. So get excited, because here we'll get to see a beautiful combo of her talents. More Zendaya singing? Yes please. She's going to be starring in and producing a movie called A White Lie with Reese Witherspoon's production company. Okay, so let's take a sec to do a real quick roll call. Denis Villeneuve, Tom Holland, Sam Levinson, John Watts, Reese Witherspoon, Luca Guadagnino. Yes, these are all legends that Zendaya has worked with. And now, we can add another very impressive name. The Francis Ford Coppola. Yep, and let's remember the fact that she's still only in her 20s. We've been watching her grow up and become this mega star. A lot of people would have a hard time handling all that attention and work with such grace, but that's what makes Zendaya such an inspiration to her fans. She cares, she loves her work, and just wants to live every day to the fullest. She loves her life so much that one day when she was asked who she'd trade places with for a day if she could, she literally said no one, because her life is the best. And I can't disagree with that. What is it for you that makes Zendaya such a star? How down to earth she is? Her performances? Her seemingly never-ending talent? Let me know what you think in the comments.